Greetings, welcome back. Today it's a beautiful day here, summer, beautiful and warm. So we give thanks for the sunlight. So today we're doing a summer lymphatic flow. So we're going to be working with the fire element, which is associated with the summer, sitting like the fire, the heat of the sun. And we're going to be working with the meridian lines of the heart and the small intestine, which is associated with the fire element. And we're working on the lymphatic flow to cleanse our lymphatic system, which when becomes blocked can affect us, chronic fatigue, depression, low mood, just feeling sluggish. So we're going to work with the lymphatic system and the heart and small intestine meridian lines associated with the fire element of summer. Now, the heart meridian line starts at the little finger and comes up the inside of the arm and ends at the armpit. The small intestine meridian starts at the little finger but comes up the outer side of the arm, and then it kind of zigzags at the top of the shoulders, comes up the back of the neck and ends at the back of the ears. So we'll be doing some asanas that work these arm meridian lines to help with the lymphatic flow. So let's begin. Yes, I've been away for a little while due to having some housework done, and the house was upside down. I've only managed to get it settled now. So good to be back, and I hope everybody is well. Namaste. So we begin with grounding. Close that window. So finding yourself on a block or sitting on a chair as we ground ourselves into the present moment. And we're moving the lymphatic naturally through our breath, and we're nurturing and opening the heart and calming excess heat emotionally, as we can tend to get a bit hot in the summer. So I release heat and tension, and I welcome calm, clarity and flow. That's our affirmation. So we're going to start with just some grounding. So if you're sitting on the block, sit forward on top of your sitting bones and push yourself forward so that your knees are slightly lower than your hips. And inhale, lengthening the spine, lengthening the crown of the head up to the sky. And on the exhale, deeply relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. I'm taking a nice deep breath now into the nose, lengthening, opening up the heart center. And on the exhale, send the breath down the arms and the hands gently resting on the knees. Chin mudra, first finger thumb, making a circle. And just place them down on the knees to ground. And that is our gesture of consciousness. So now taking a deep breath into the abdomen and sending that breath down the legs and the feet, connecting to the earth's energies, grounded. And now inhale, as you're lengthening the tailbone, our root chakra at the base of our spine. Imagine growing roots down into the earth. And on the exhale, deeply relax in the body. Inhale, lengthening the back of the neck. And on the exhale, deeply relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face. And here we are. So we will be using Ujjayi breath. There is a demonstration, a short video of the Ujjayi breath on my YouTube page. So we inhale into the heart and making that constraint sound in the throat, like the sound of the ocean. So we inhale into the heart. And we exhale from the abdomen. So we're making that sound with the constriction of the throat as though you're steaming up a mirror. But try to do that sound with breathing in and out of the nose. If you can't, just practice with the mouth first, and then we can do through the nose. So let's take some Ujjayi breaths now, pranayama breath, to calm the mind and really center ourselves into the present moment. Inhale into the heart, lengthen. Exhaling from the abdomen, grounding. Pulling in the belly, locking it in. Release. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. Pulling in the belly, lock it in. Pause. Release. Inhale into the heart. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen, Ujjayi breath. Pull the belly in, lock it in, Uddiyana Bandha. And release. One more breath. Inhale into the heart, Ujjayi. Pause. Exhale from the abdomen, pulling the belly in. Lock in the abdomen, hold it. Relax. And we're just going to gently inhale and exhale now, using gentle Ujjayi breath. Now we're going to do the cooling breath. It's a pranayama breath, and this is to help calm our nervous system and calm the heat within the body on hot days. So calming the fire. It can get maybe too hot on some hot days. So what we do here, we make a roll with our tongue. I'll show you. So we roll our tongue up like this. Okay, so folding the tongue over. And we inhale through that rolled up tongue. And we exhale through the nose. Let's try that together. Inhale through the tongue. Exhale from the nostrils. So let's do a couple more of those. So rolling the tongue. Ready? Inhale through the tongue. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the tongue. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the round tongue. Exhale through the nose. Well done. Just take a moment here now as you return to your normal breath, natural rhythm. Just taking a moment to notice the effects of that breathing, the pranayama, ujjayi breath, and the cooling breath. Just notice the effect and the sensations that that short breathing practice had. You might notice that your head feels lighter. Maybe you notice the body is cooled down. Just being aware of the effects of that breath exercise, pranayama. Being aware of the space around you, the touch of the clothes on the skin, the body parts in contact with the earth, and the space around the upper body, connecting to the universal energies. And now we're going to do a little warm up, and we're going to do some tapping to awaken the lymphatic system. So inhale, gentle ujjayi into the heart, lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck. On the exhale, take the right ear to the right shoulder, bring the neck down and around, over to the left ear. Inhale, round the back, over to the right. Exhale, down and round, over to the left. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, down and round. And go 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. On the right ear gets to the right shoulder. Inhale, bring the head back up to the center. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale from the abdomen, bringing the arms back down. We're just going to do some shoulder curls. Inhale up, exhale down and round. Inhale up and forward, exhale down and round. And put your fingers on your shoulders. We'll go the other way. Inhale up the back, exhale down and round. Well done. Now we're going to do some tapping to get this lymphatic system flowing. Okay, so we're going to tap our neck, our shoulders, our inner thighs, and behind the ears. So just gentle tapping on the shoulders with your fingers. So just with deep breaths, ujjayi breaths. And then up the neck, gentle tapping up the neck. And down into the shoulders, up into the neck. Just getting that energy flowing in our lymphatic system. Behind the ears, gentle tapping behind the ears. Just gentle tapping behind the ears as you inhale and exhale. Just feeling the tapping, being in tune with the body, being in tune with the sensation as we awaken our lymphatic system. And then we're going to stand up. Actually, we can do that from here. I'm just going to tap inside our inner thighs at the top of the legs. Deep breaths, Ujjayi breath. Well done. Taking your right hand next to your buttocks, right buttocks. Inhale, bring up the left hand, and exhale, stretching down that left side of the body. Inhale up to center. Exhale, bring that left hand down to the left buttock. Inhale, bringing the right arm up and bringing it over. Feeling that stretching the right side of the body. Inhale, coming up, and exhale down. Now we're going to remove the block. We're going to do a spinal wave of the cat-cow, okay? So hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. Inhale, lifting up the head, bringing the belly button towards the mat. Exhale from the abdomen, Ujjayi, arching the spine, looking between the legs, chin to chest. Inhale, bringing the belly towards the mat, lifting up the heart, lifting up the head. Belly button towards the mat. Exhale from the abdomen, arching the spine, looking between the legs, chin to chest. Inhale, belly button towards the floor, lifting up the heart. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting up the heart. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, arching. We're going to go down onto our buttocks into child's pose. Take a deep breath here. Inhale into the heart, forehead on the mat. The hands are spread out. The fingertips on the mat. Inhale into the heart, lengthening the spine. Exhale from the abdomen, deepening down into the stretch. And we're going to inhale, come up on our knees, bringing up the arms, look up. Exhale down, back into child's pose. And inhale, coming forward and lifting up into cobra. Exhale, coming back down into child's pose. Inhale, lifting up the arms, look up. Exhale, back down into child's pose. Inhale, coming forward and up into cobra. Exhaling back into child's pose. Inhaling up onto our knees, lifting up the arms, look up. And exhale back down into child's pose, where we're just going to take a deep breath here. Forehead on the mat, the arms are straight. So we're getting a stretch in those inner and outer arms, the heart and the small intestine meridian. Inhale, exhale, deepen the buttocks onto the heels. Inhale into the heart as they lengthen in the spine. Exhaling from abdomen, deepening down in onto the heels. Inhale, walking your hands up, coming onto your knees. So what we're going to do is we're doing some yin, but I'm going to mix it with a couple of yang poses, hatha, mixed with the yin. So we're going to go up now into standing to do some hatha, which is the yang, and then we'll come back down to do some yin, all working with this fire element, flushing the lymphatic system and the heart and small intestine meridians. So we're going to go first up into yang, and then we'll come back down into yin, balance, the doing, moving, and the stillness with the yin. So coming onto your hands and knees, tucking your toes, taking a deep breath into the heart. Exhale, lifting up into downward dog. Now we're going to take a couple of breaths here. So you're pushing your shoulders away with your hands. So you're lifting up that buttocks, tailbone to the sky. The head and neck is relaxed between the shoulders. And we're just going to gently walk our heels. There's a click there with my toes. Walking our heels onto the mat. Walking the dog. Inhale into the heart, Ujjayi breath. Exhale from abdomen, pushing yourself, lifting up that tailbone further up into the sky. And on the inhale, walking your feet up to your hands into forward bend. Taking a breath here, inhale, lengthening the spine, the knees are unlocked, the shoulders are relaxed, the face is relaxed. Exhale, pulling in the belly, Uddiyana Bandha lock, root lock. And on the inhale, keeping the knees unlocked, keeping the spine straight, lifting ourselves up, arms overhead, and back to the heart center. Well done. So we're going to stand here and do a wide mountain pose, okay? So the legs maybe hip distance apart, and we're going to open up our arms and lift them up, and this is our high mountain pose today. So I'm just going to move that so you can see me. Okay, I'm standing asanas. So we're doing a wide mountain pose. Okay, so we're going to hold up our arms. We're going to inhale, lengthening, lifting up. Exhale from the abdomen, keeping the arms up, knees unlocked. Lifting up the arms. Ujjayi breath. Exhale from the abdomen. And one more breath, two more breaths. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Bringing the arms back down. Just take a moment here. You're probably feeling the stretch in the arms from holding them up, waking up our heart and small meridian lines. So now we're going to move into Warrior 2. Okay. So Warrior 2, this foot is 90 degrees, the front foot, the back foot is 45, and the heels should be in line. Okay. The torso is forward. Inhale, lifting up the arms, looking over at the right hand. Inhale, lifting up, lengthening the spine. Exhale, Ujjayi from the abdomen and bend that knee. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bending the knee. The knee is in line with the ankle. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, bringing the knee over the ankle, looking over at the right hand. We're going to hold it there. Inhale, lifting up. Strength. Exhale from the abdomen. Grounding. Inhale, lifting up. Strength. Exhale from the abdomen. Grounding. Then we take this hand, place it on your thigh, and lift up that right arm. We're going to take some breaths here. We can put this hand down so we've got a vertical line from that hand to that hand. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, strength. Inhale into the heart, lifting up. Exhale from the abdomen, strength. Last breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bringing the arm back down and coming back up to standing. Well done. We're going to do the other leg now. So taking the left leg, the left foot, 90 degrees, and the right foot is 45 degrees, making sure that the heels are in line, the torso is forward. Inhale, lifting up the arms, and you can probably feel those arms now just from holding them up. The arms may be starting to ache a little bit. That means that we're working the heart and the small intestine meridian lines. So looking over at the left hand, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bending that left knee, looking over. The knee is in line with the ankle. Inhale, lifting up. Inhale into the heart, ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen, knee over the ankle. Inhale, lifting up, ujjayi. Exhale over the ankle. Taking 3 breaths here, 2 deep breaths. Inhale. Receptivity, lengthening. Exhale. Strength, grounded. And taking this right hand, placing it on your thigh, and then lifting it up so that there's a vertical line from the left hand down to the right hand. Inhale, lifting up, strength. Exhale from the abdomen, grounding. Inhale, lifting up, receptivity. Exhale from the abdomen, strength. Warrior 2, warriors. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, bring the arm down and step it back up into mountain pose. Well done. So now we're going to take our legs wide and we're going to do the wide-legged forward fold. We're not doing a lot of yang, but we're mixing it up with some yin. So inhale, lifting up the arms. Exhale, keeping the knees unlocked, the spine straight, bringing the arms back down. And inhale, coming up. Exhale from the abdomen, coming back down. Tucking the chin, keeping the knees unlocked, so we're flowing. Inhale into the heart, lifting up. Exhale from the abdomen, coming back down. One more flow. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. We're going to hold it here. Fingertips in line with the toes. Inhale, lifting up, lengthening the spine. The neck, the chin is tucked. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Ujjayi. Last breath. Inhale, coming back up. The breath leads the movement. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Oh, excuse me. It's starting to work. Excuse me. It's clearing out the lymphatic system. Yeah, it's a sign it's starting to work. So we're going to now move gently back onto the mat because we are working with the heart and small intestine. So we really want to do some heart work. Before we do that, we're going to mix in some Tai Chi, pranayama movement. So we inhale, lifting up this hand, following it. Exhale, down and round. And then the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, down and round. Right, inhale, up. Exhale, down and round. We're going to speed up the breath. So it's let's go. Keeping the knees unlocked. Taking the arms out in front, we're going to twist. And then we're just going to twist, but we're going to tap our body as we twist, so like this. So we're actually tapping our body to get that energy flowing. Let's go. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go gently back onto the mat now to finish with some yin poses, working our heart and small intestine meridians. So we're going to go down elegantly, coming onto the edge of the mat in mountain pose. Taking a deep breath here. And exhale. Inhale, lifting up the arms, reach back. The spine, exhale, take the arms out to the side, coming down with a straight spine. Into forward fold, keep the knees unlocked. And inhale, coming down into plank. And we're going to hold it here. Take a breath, deep breath in. Exhale from the abdomen. One more breath. In fact, let's do one more. This is a really good exercise, plank. One more. And then come down onto the knees. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the puppy pose, as it's called in the yang, and it's called melting heart in the yin. So it's kind of a similar pose, but we don't hold it as long in the yang. But we're really going to be working these meridian lines now of the heart and the small intestine. So you might need your block. And you might want to put cushions under your knees if your knees are a bit tender. So I'm just going to move this down now so you can see me on the floor. That's it. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just move that. Spot on my video. Right, okay. So you might want to put cushions under your knees. So we come up onto our knees like this, okay, and then we're going to come down, bringing our arms out, so the hips stay in line with the knees, bringing our arms out, and you can either place your forehead on the mat like this. This is the melting heart, yin pose. It's also the puppy pose in yang, but we're going to the yang we don't hold as long, but we're going to hold it for a little while. The yin, or you can put your head on a block. Okay,
So whatever is comfortable for you, find in your position. If you need to put cushions under your knees, you can use the block, or if you don't want to use the block, you can just put your forehead on the mat. And we're going to hold this. So we find our edge, what is comfortable, and then we hold. So the arms, we're really working this heart and small intestine meridian lines in the hands. So inhale, gentle ujjayi into the heart center. On the exhale from the abdomen, deeply relax the face, relax the jaw. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. On the exhale, relax in the forehead, the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Inhale into the heart, gentle ujjayi. Exhaling from the abdomen. Get aware of your belly. Now we're going to inhale into the spine, ujjayi. Exhale, deeply relax the spine. Taking a breath now into the abdomen. We're going to breathe into the abdomen now. Exhale, relaxing the hips, the buttocks, the thighs, the tops of the legs. Breathing into the legs now. Ujjayi breath. And on the exhale, deeply relaxing the legs and the feet. Now you might start to feel that pinch, that stretch in the arms now. So you know that we're working those meridians of the heart and the small intestine, which is associated with summer and the fire element. So now we're going to focus on breathing into where we feel that stretch, that pinch in the arms. If it starts to hurt, then you can bend your arms like that. You could make just bend them down like that, make a cushion, rest your head in there, or just bend your arms if they're pinching too much. Inhale into the hands. Where you feel that stretch now. Exhale into the hands. Again, breathing into the arms, our heart and small intestine meridians. Exhale, deeply relaxing the arms. One more breath. Inhale. Last breath. Exhale. On the inhale, release the arms and gently walk yourself back up onto sitting on your knees. Taking a deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. So just now being aware of the sensations in the arms from that stretch. I can feel my arms. Knowing that we're working our lymphatic system and working with our meridian lines to balance the chi, the prana, the life force within us. So now we're going to do open wing, and this is really working with our heart meridian. So
I'll just demonstrate. So basically, we lie on our belly, and we're taking this left arm out to the side, okay, hands on the mat, face down, and we take our head away, looking away from our arm. So the arm is outstretched, the left arm is outstretched, and we turn our head to look right. Then we roll ourselves over onto our side. Okay, the legs are like scissors. Inhale, bring the arm up, and we exhale, tucking it into the top of our pants, or just leaving it behind your back. Or you can leave it at the side of your head if you need to. So finding what's comfortable for you. Now you can leave your legs scissored, or lift up that back leg for a deeper stretch, and you're really going to feel the stretch now on the top of that shoulder. So getting into position, finding what's comfortable for you, either scissored legs, leaving your hand by the side, and you can also use a bolster here and put the bolster at the side of you to rest your hand on if you want to do that. So let's get into position. Starting on the belly. So if you want to put a bolster on your right side, so you can rest your arm on there, that's okay. So taking your left arm out, looking over to the right, going over onto your left side. And legs are scissored. We can either keep our hand by our face or have a bolster here just to rest our arm on. Inhale, or put our hand inside the top of our pants. And we can leave our legs scissored like that, or if you want a deeper stretch in that left arm, bringing up that right leg. So let's hold it here now. Inhale into the heart center. Opening up the heart to receive and be and give love. Exhale, Ujjayi from the abdomen. Inhale into the heart. Imagine the heart area expanding. And exhaling from the abdomen. Ujjayi breath, relax in the face. Relax in the shoulders. Might feel that pinch now on the top inner part of the arm. And just deeply feeling that stretch on the top of the left arm. Working our heart, really opening up the heart meridian. Inhale into where you feel that stretch at the top of the left extended arm. Exhale, deeply relaxing the arm. Inhale into the arm that's tucked in the top of your pants or by the side of your face. The right arm. Exhale, relaxing the arm. Inhale into the legs. Feeling the aliveness, the energy flowing within the body. And just 2 deep breaths now into that left arm.
Last breath. And this is the open wing yin pose, and it specifically works with the heart plectrum. Just when you're ready, release the arm from the back of the pants, put your hand by your face, gently using your hand to roll back onto your belly, and release that left arm, taking your neck over to the other side, just taking a breath here. And we're going to do the other side now. So taking our right hand arm out to the side, turning your face to the left, and then the palm is down on the right hand. Then we push ourselves over onto our side. The legs are scissors. You can either leave your arm here or use the bolster. Or inhale and exhale, placing it inside the top of your trousers, pants. Now you can leave your legs scissored, or you can bring up that back leg, which really kind of intensifies the pull, the stretch on the inside of the upper right arm now. So finding your position, and when you're ready, let's move into stillness. Inhale into the heart. Opening up the heart. Exhale. Inhale into the face this time. Exhale, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the jaws, the eyes, the cheeks, the ears. Gentle ujjayi into the heart. Exhale, relaxing the upper chest, the shoulders. As we inhale, imagine the heart opening, full of compassion and self-love and love for others. Breathing into the lower spine. And exhale, deeply relaxing the torso. Breathing into the legs. And deeply relaxing the legs. Now taking your awareness to where you feel that pinch in the arm. Inhale into the heart and the small intestine meridian lines in the arm. On the exhale, relaxing the arm. 2 more breaths. Gentle ujjayi. Feeling those meridian lines in the arms as we work our heart and small intestine, linked to the fire element, and also working with our lymphatic system to energize us, set the fire alight, and give us a renewed energy. And when you're ready, releasing your hand, placing it back by your face if it's not already. Releasing the legs, rolling onto the belly, and bringing your extended arm by your face. And just keeping your forehead on the mat. We're going to take a deep breath here. Inhale into the heart, Ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen. And if you want, you can extend your arms forward on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. And then bring your hands to your head. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming back down. Inhale, coming up. Lifting up the head, keeping the elbows bent and tucked into the body. Exhale from the abdomen, coming back down. Inhale into the heart, lifting up, opening up the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. This is a bit of a yang now, Bhujangasana. Inhale up. We're going to hold it here now. Inhale, lifting up, opening up the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale, opening up the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale, opening up the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. Last breath. Coming up onto our knees, we're now going to move into a wide leg forward fold. 2 more asanas and then we're going to finish. So we bring out our legs to the side. We're working our kidneys and our liver meridian lines on the inner legs. And you might want a block for this because we're just going to gently bring ourselves forward and rest ourselves on the block like this. Okay? So we're sitting up. And exhale, gently coming down. So it's not the aim to get as close to the mat as possible. We're just going to hold it here. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Clearing the energy in the legs. Exhale from the abdomen. So just, you might want to put your block like that. Just come down as far as is comfortable, or you might want to put some cushions under your knees if your knees are tender. So let's find our position. We're not going to hold this for too long. The chin is tucked onto the chest. Shoulders are relaxed. The face is relaxed. Spine is curved and relaxed. No pain. You'll feel a stretch on the inner sides of the legs. Working our inner thighs, the lymphatic system on the main points on the inner thighs, top of the legs, inner thighs. The neck, behind the ears and the shoulders. So we've done some work on our neck and shoulders with the crushed wing, the melting heart. So now we're working our inner thighs, lymphatic drainage. Inhale, gentle Ujjayi. Exhale from the abdomen, relaxing the face. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, relaxing the arms, the hands, the shoulders, no tension. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, relaxing the arms, the buttocks, the belly, soft. Inhale. Exhale, relaxing the legs and the feet. Now taking your breath into the inner thighs, the tops of the inner leg, the legs, the top of the legs, the inner groin, the inner thighs. As we work the lymphatic flow released there. Inhale to where you feel the stretch. Exhale, relax the legs. Inhale. Exhale, relax where you feel that stretch. Last breath. One more breath actually. When you're ready, gently push yourself back up with your hands. So it's just a little bit of work on our inner thighs, clearing that and getting the flow for the lymphatic system. Like I said, if the lymphatic system becomes blocked, we can become sluggish, chronic fatigue, exhausted. Just a feeling of just being tired all the time. So we're going to do a counter movement, which is the windshield wiper, bending our feet on the floor, bending our knees, and just taking our knees over to the left and the right. Our hands are on the mat behind the buttocks, and we're just doing the windshield screen wiper to counterbalance our spine and the thighs from the work we've done. As we finish off with a twist and a short shavasana. So lying on his back, we're going to bring our knees up to our chest, chin to chest. The arms are up above our head, holding the hands so that we work in our arm meridians, heart and small intestine. And on the exhale, we're going to take our knees over to the right and our gaze over to the left, keeping those arms up above the head, clasping our hands. And we're just going to hold it here for a few breaths. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, relax the face. Inhale, open up the heart. Imagine the heart center expanding with love. Exhale from the abdomen. Gentle ujjayi. Inhale into the heart. Exhaling from the abdomen. Last breath. Exhale from the abdomen. We're going to keep our arms overhead, but inhale, coming onto our spine, bringing the knees up to center, chin is tucked on the chest, and exhale, taking the knees over to the left and looking over the right, so feeling that stretch in the spine and also in our arms. So Inhale into the heart, lengthening the spine, deepening that stretch. Exhaling from the abdomen, grounding. 3 more deep breaths. Ujjayi. Without me talking. And 1 more breath. Deep breath. Oh, it's a beautiful pose. It's so beautiful on the spine. And exhale, bringing the head to center, bringing the knees to center, feet on the mat. And ready to Shavasana, taking your legs so that your feet are at the edges of the mat. Lying on your spine. Okay. Into Shavasana. Final relaxation. The arms are by the side, space between the arms and the body. The chin is lightly tucked on the chest. The feet are flopping away from each other, space between the feet and the legs. Take a deep breath, lengthen the spine is straight. Exhale, release the shoulders down and away from the ears. And we're letting go of Ujjayi breath now, just doing our natural deep breaths in and out of the nose if you can, into your natural rhythm, but deep breaths if you can. Inhale into the abdomen. Exhale, sending the breath down the legs into the feet. Inhale into the lower spine, the middle of the spine and the upper spine. Lengthening the back of the neck. Relaxing the face. As we, on the exhale, relax deeper into the earth. Let the earth take our weight as we become light as a feather. And just taking a moment now to scan the body, feel the aliveness of the inner body, and just being aware of how you feel now compared to before we started the class tonight. You might feel more relaxed, more calm, the body feels more subtle, more stretched, relieved some aches and pains. Feel more aware, quiet mind, connected to our inner being. This is mindfulness, consciousness, connecting to our inner spirit and soul and heart with a quiet mind, not living by what everything the mind says, but connecting deeper within. So seeing that it's summer and it's heat, it's actually sunny here. So we're going to go with imagining we're lying in the sun and we can feel the fire and the heat of the sun, not burning us, we don't want to burn, but just warming up our skin. And you could be lying by a lake, by a river, by a pool, by the sea, wherever you are. Just feeling the warmth of the sun on the body.
And bringing awareness to your toes, each toe from the big toe down to the little toe. Taking the breath into the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, the heels and the ankles. On the exhale, deeply relax the feet. Taking the breath into the calves and the shins, the lower legs, up into the knees, all around the knees, the front, the back. And on the exhale, deeply relax the lower legs. Taking your awareness from the lower legs up into the upper thighs, the upper legs. And on the exhale, let them deeply sink into the grass, into the sand, into the earth, wherever you are, with the heat of the sun warming up the body. Taking a deep breath now into the abdomen, the hips, and the lower belly, and the lower spine, our root chakra. And at this root chakra, imagine the beautiful red as we root and ground into our true being, rooted and grounded to the tree of life, with a quiet mind, as we root in our spirit and not the mind. Imagine a beautiful red, the fire element connected to the root chakra as we root into our true self, our true being. Taking the breath from the lower spine into the middle spine up to the upper back, the back of the neck lengthened. On the exhale, relaxing the spine down into the earth, connected to the tree of life. If we lose our consciousness and we're totally in the mind, we lose our true self, we disconnect from the rootedness and groundedness of the tree of life. And these sessions can help you to guide and quiet the mind, to have a taste of this beautiful inner peace when we are in our inner being and not the flesh of the mind and the mind. We're taking our breath now into the abdomen, let it rise, up into the ribs, the yogic breath, up into the upper chest in one breath, and exhale down the upper chest, the ribs and the lower abdomen. Taking a breath into the shoulders, on the exhale deeply relaxing the shoulders, taking a breath into the fingers gently curled into the palms of the hands, the fingers and the thumb, the palms of the hands, the backs of the hands, the wrists. Taking the breath from the hands up into the lower arms, up into the upper arms. And on the exhale, deeply relax both arms into beingness. Now taking a deep breath into the heart center, let the heart and the chest area expand. And focus on someone that you dearly, deeply love. And let that love flow over you and over them. Giving yourself self-love,
I allow love to flow within me unconditionally. And I take that love out to the world that desperately needs it. Taking your breath into the neck, the back of the neck, the side of the neck, the throat area, our throat chakra, speaking our truth. Taking the breath into the back of the head, the top of the head, the forehead is wide and soft. The cheeks are relaxed, the jaw, the tongue at the bottom of the mouth, the teeth are relaxed. The ears are soft. The eyebrows, the eyelashes, the eyelids, deeply relaxed. Taking a deep breath in, deep behind the eyes. Exhale, mind floating on the breath. Breath leading the mind to the heart. I just want you to observe how you feel now, the energy in the inner body, how calm and relaxed you feel. As you take a couple of breaths in silence. And when you're ready, gently just start to bring some movement. You might want to have a stretch. Move your head from side to side gently, whatever feels good to you. And then roll onto your right side, resting your hand in your right arm. Take a couple of breaths here. And inhale, pushing yourself up into sitting. Coming onto your block or your chair. As we give gratitude for the practice today, we're just going to do some deep breaths, Ujjayi breaths to finish off. In, lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the neck, tuck the chin, the shoulders are down. We're on top and forward on our sitting bones so that our knees are lower than the hips, and that releases any pressure on the spine. So we're just going to do some pranayama, and it's just quiet breath to finish. Sitting Medi. Inhale, Ujjayi into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen. Inhale, counting to 5 into the heart. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 5. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5. Making the sound of the ocean, constricting the throat. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 6. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5. Exhale from the abdomen, counting to 7. Inhale into the heart, counting to 5, Ujjayi breath. Pause. Exhale, counting to 6 from the abdomen. Inhale, counting to 5 into the heart. Exhale, counting to 5 from the abdomen.
Inhale, counting to 4. Exhale, counting to 4. And let go of ujjayi. Just natural rhythmic deep breaths in and out of the nose. Focusing on the heart center. In this session, you've given your body, your mind, the 5 bodies, which is the mind, our emotional body, mental body, physical body, energetic body. And when we get past all those, we get into our spiritual body, into our soul. Sitting, listening to the silence, listening to your breath. In this present moment, the only moment we ever have, and you just nurtured your 5 bodies. And when you're ready, hands to the heart center. Gratitude for the practice, for the teachings. May the practice not only benefit ourselves, but all beings. May all beings be happy, loved, at peace, and free. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste. I will upload a video, class video, not next week, the week after, but I'm going to be doing some other videos talking about consciousness, presence, awareness, how to deal with fear and different emotions, difficult situations, so keep an eye out for those. And may you all be in peace. Namaste. Namaste.